So, hello. Here is Mac's first guide to getting started in DPS. This one's going out to you, Lala. A lot of people have been getting frustrated with the guides online exclusively being for people that are 8-10, that have been playing for 100 years, have everything fully golded, and have no actual indication as to what the DPS is half the time. So I've thrown together, as you can see from the blue well-fitted Mother Sorrow gear at the moment, I've just grabbed some random stuff at the moment out of my vault. I've got the Undaunted Infiltrator set, I've got the Mother Sorrow set that I've just literally picked up a few bits of, and Trusty Moor, and just literally the one golded item on the front, which is the Lightning Staff, and the Maelstrom's Lightning Staff. This is available on easy mode on Maelstrom Arena. If you're going to get into DPS in any significant way, I highly recommend you do it. It's great practice, it's good experience for the different mechanics as well, and it's good fun. It's a lot of fun, so definitely get yourself one of those. Infuse on the back bar to proc the Charged Weapon enchant, so you get the off balance more, and Precise on the front bar. Even though it's been nerfed, it still seems to be working out absolutely fine. And our trusty friend, the Maw of the Infernal Helm and Shoulder for the one of the most powerful heads, certainly for solo, and as long as you're not going to upset the tank too much. So this build that we've got is a really easy rotation. So it's using two pets to take advantage of the new scaling that we have and the increased damage, and it's going to be a very static rotation. So it's literally on the back bar you keep your crit surge up because that's going to keep you alive. Again, this is a real life raiding build, so it's not going to be optimal DPS, it's not going to be absolute, top of the charts hitting 70-80k. It's not designed for that. It's designed to keep you alive in raids. It's designed to allow you to do a decent chunk of DPS and contribute to raids and vet raids, and it's designed to allow you to get more comfortable with the skills and the layout on the sorcerer, so then you can get better later on. So for now, you will have seen my bars. Fairly strange, I think. It's a bit of a mix of different builds, but I found that this is a really nice combination that's been working nicely in raids. On the front bar, you've got Crushing Shock there if you need it, but obviously for I was just doing something that I needed interrupts for, so you're going to want to throw on the old trusty mines from the Daedric Tomb. Have that morphed to Daedric Tomb, so you get the 3 mines that explode instantly. They do a huge chunk of DPS. They do take a little bit of getting used to. It's not just a fire and forget with these. You've got to lay it down and be careful of where you're placing it, but it does take practice. But fairly soon you can absolutely guarantee you throw one down and you'll hit an enemy with at least one of them. Bosses, I can't think of any that you don't hit at least 2, if not 3 on. So I highly recommend these for just the sheer amount of bang for your buck you get from any mana that's going out from them. So the rotation is going to be quite simply, on the back bar you keep down your Wall of Elements at all times. You keep Daedric Prey down because that gives a really nice buff to the pet damage that you're doing anyway. Crit Surge always on, just always on. This is your I'm going to stay alive button. That is absolutely OP as fuck on sorcerers, and it's wonderful fun. And on the front bar, you've got Hardened Shield there as well. Again, if you're DPS testing, you can put something in there like Bound Aegis or anything else in the major skill to increase your regen or your mana. But I wanted to show you what an actual kind of raid build could look like. Again, with the pets, you've got another choice. You can either remove the little dude, the little volatile familiar just over here, and put Inner Light on the back bar and or Bound Aegis on the front, or an Execute on the front, which can be really nice for that additional DPS. But again, what I wanted to do is just keep this as simple a rotation as possible, so it's static all the way through. We don't specifically have an Execute phase, but you can change that with Bloodthirsty Jewelry and things like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, without further ado, let me go and kiss a giant target Iron Atronach, and let's get ready for the show. rotation is fairly easy, just Daedric Mines on front, and it fires, brilliant. So Daedric Mines on the front, cancel the animation of the heavy attack with another Daedric Mines, and then cancel that with a Volatile Familiar. So a big boom there, and lots of AoE damage. Great for some CC on trash packs as well, generally all around very useful. Again, I just fucked up the rotation, never mind. Bit better now. You can see the rotation now. I'm not screwing it up, which happens. It's nice. 1, 2, like that. Heavy attack. Cancel the Daedric Mines, and then towards the end of that, pop the volatile, and then it will cancel the animation for you. So that means you are getting as quickly back into the rotation as possible without waiting for the animations. So you see the timing. Tap, tap, tap. Heavy attacks. Daedric Mine. Volatile Familiar. Nice. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom. And as you'll see, we're having absolutely no issues with sustain at all. We've got plenty of Magicka, keeping up our defenses. We've got plenty of Magicka spare if we want extra shields on the front bar. We can pop in, if you have a look at this, if you're in the middle of a fight we take a lot of damage, just pop in a Hardened Ward in your rotation instead. With the build we've got at the moment, you've suddenly got 20k health and a shield on top of that as well. That's the 30k pool that they've got to get through in order to take you down, which can be one of the many reasons why sorcerers are so survivable and relatively tanky considering they're effectively wearing a dress. On a Saturday morning, you haven't had enough coffee yet, you screw up the rotation. These things happen in combat, it doesn't matter. The important thing is to try and get back to the rotation as quickly as you can. Get back into the swim, know where you are, and you're not desperately trying to hammer those buttons to figure out what you need to press. Just get back into the rotation as soon as you can. I've specifically not uploaded a sanitized version of my DPS like a lot of ones out there. I want to show you what happens in more real situations where you're in a DPS raid and you may be going horribly wrong, or you may be getting chased and a load of damage is being taken, or whatever it is that's happening. It doesn't matter. You can still do a huge amount of DPS. You're in a position to leave it off if your skills aren't firing properly. The horrific lag, which is due to common at this deck. Important to get back into it. Right buttons, making sure you're keeping that keeping that up, so huge amounts as well. Keep that up. And even the execute pace is the same, just keep the same rotation up. Again, there are ways to optimize this. There are different skills you just want to get more out of this, but this isn't what this is about. This is about really that good base, huge amount of damage on your own, and you start really kind of punching above your weight in terms of these rate groups as well. So hopefully this will give you a good indication of what you can be doing. Let's see what numbers we get out of this. If we can get above 50k, I'll be absolutely delighted. You can see go. 58.4k with a messed up rotation, deliberately not optimizing everything, and messing up. And oh, for fuck's sake, we've got an angry pet. Hang on. So there we go. That's my easy raiding rotation using just overland and dungeon gear. It doesn't require any trial gear at all. This, as you can see, it's not even in the perfect traits, and you've got a huge amount of survivability with this build. You've got a huge amount of AoE as well, which is really nice, with a combination of both the storms constantly going and the little pet as well. And that's it, my friends. This build will work really well in everything from overland content to normal trials, even vet trials as well. The only one note I would say is if you're going into somewhere where there's a lot of damage that you're going to be taking, I would take out the volatile familiar on the back bar and put Boundless Storms, and then on the front bar have something like Bound Aegis or an Execute instead, to give you that little bit more flexibility. But for the most part, this build will do you VMA, if you maybe change out the mines for a Crushing Shock. But it's a really fun, really flexible, viable build. And as you can see, it didn't use a single potion, so you're not going to have to spend an absolute fortune every single time you're doing an instance to make yourself those spell power potions. So like we said, it can be much better. There are lots of things you can do to optimize it. You can not mess up the rotations for one, but we just managed to hit 58k doing a fairly ruined rotation. I'm just going to give that another quick go to see if we can get that to 60.